Kí Portable kó fi tiẹ̀ ṣe tiẹ̀, kó máa lọ lé ẹ̀ o. Kò sí nǹkan tó fẹ́ kọ́ ń bẹ̀ o. Tí ò sí nínú ìwé orin wa gẹ́gẹ́ bí abiyamọ àtẹni tó mọ ipa tí Celestial kó. Ó ti gbẹgbẹ́ Portable náà ṣe pè lélẹ̀. Gbà tó bá yá wọ́n ti máa pe Korodom. Ẹ mọ reason why irú Portable pẹ̀lú bó ṣe ń ṣe yálà bí ẹni tó yẹ kán mú lọ sódò òṣàn kán ṣọṣẹ ìṣẹ́gun dẹ́n kán ṣèwẹ̀ fún kán wá gbé síwájú Olúwa kì í ṣe inú pẹpẹ o.
Bàbá kan jáde nínú pásítọ̀ ìwọ tọ́lọ́hún ò pè tọ́lọ́hún bá pè ẹ́ kó jáde tán.
So, Portable, singer, dead Prophet Tibetan, and other white garment clerics, they warned him not to come to perform in any of the white garment church. Well, he did. He attended the show. He said 5 million naira had been paid ahead, and that show he will be attending and he will be performing. He will be putting on the white garment dress. He already had them sewn for him, and he said he will be performing. He expressed fear at a time. He said the shepherd that invited him should put pen to paper, guarantee that nothing will happen to him, physical and maybe spiritual. I don't know if there is anything that can guarantee that. Prophet Tibetan is one of those that said Portable should not, that the celestial hymns is enough for whatever any shepherd wants to do. But here we are, Portable is live performing, doing what he does. He did this yesterday night, and as you can see, members vibe to what Portable is, spitting out there. Members are vibing to it. And this brings me back to what Portable said to Prophet Tibetan. Prophet Tibetan responded to him. If you've not watched that video, please do watch that video. Prophet Tibetan said some very strong, things to Portable. Portable said, what about Prophet Tibetan's children and some of those shepherds, Celestial Church of Christ shepherd? What about their kids? And even those shepherds, don't they, arrange girls, ladies for themselves? Don't they, do things? That he do a lot of things that he knows all of these things. Why are they now acting as if he's the only secular musician that is a sinner or something? He said, no, not at all. That what about the spiritual works that white garment often put out there, like soap? And he said, we buy those soaps too. We pay for them. We use soap to wash away our sins and wash away battles and all of that. So what are you guys talking about? Like your kids, like you're talking about your kids, like we don't know what your children do. Your children go to club. Your children, they do a lot of things that we do. So what's the difference? What's the difference? We also go to white garment churches. We go there for spiritual work, for spiritual assistance. We fellowship with them. We do things. So what are you guys talking about here? He kept on repeating these things, and Prophet Tibetan said, oh, you are saying that my children, our children do these things. He said, well, for him as a celestial cleric, he said, lions don't give birth to goats, and that doves will not give birth to, something else that is not. So what he's saying is that if he does not attend such places and he does not engage in sin and he has never lived such a life, what would make his own children do the same? But we all know that regardless, they might not embarrass their father publicly that way, but we cannot vouch for our children, isn't it? No one can vouch for their children per se, 100%. You might vouch for them to a particular percentage because you have done your own best. You have tried, even as a cleric, maybe you've seen one or two things that they do. What if they're pretending? What if they don't want you to see? You see? You cannot vouch for them. You cannot say they don't go to club, they don't, go around benching and doing things like that. So Portable is saying that they should stop this holier than thou. And this brought some other people into it. That Prophet Tibetan also lambasted, like a guy called Solomon or Basolom, I think that's what it's called. He also put his mouth into this, and Prophet Tibetan say this guy is nobody, he's not an authority, he's not an example of anything clean or anything religious. Who is he? This is one that jumps from Islamic down to spiritual churches, down to diabolic, idol worship center and all of that. And this one is a jack of all trades. And this one, he said all of these things. But, this world is full of mystery. It's full of mystery. Plus cleric, plus the one that is not. All of them, there are certain things, if light is shone on it, you'll be shocked at what you will see. Plus the ones that are calling themselves cleric, berating other people, talking about, some practices. You'll be shocked when you see. You'll be shocked when you see. When you see them in action, when you see them undercover visiting some other form of, belief. You'll be like diabolic belief, idol worshippers like Ifa priest and all of that, doing spiritual work for them as white garment. You'll be shocked. I'm not saying all of them do these things, don't get me wrong. You'll find such also in Pentecostal churches, gospel churches, and other prophetic churches, where the core of the prophets, so-called prophet or pastor or whatever, or apostle, most of the time they call themselves prophet. They like that senior prophet. When you look at the spirit behind what they do, you will know that they are drawing power from fallen angels. They are drawing powers from fallen angels. They are connected to wickedness in high places. They are connected to powers. They are connected to all of this. They are connected to the idols of the land. They are connected to this. That's how they operate. They operate in such level. Either they are drawing power from the sea, and they will say they are from the sea. When they speak and you listen, they don't hide it. They don't hide it. Maybe one-on-one, or let's say you just observe. You will know from where and from what they are getting powers from, regardless of how much they try to cover up. So some of them have come out to speak to Portable, saying Portable should not climb the altar, that the altar is clean. The altar does not need dirt. The altar does not need the likes of Portable. The altar does not need this. The altar does not need that. Obviously, things have changed over time. We've started seeing certain practices, comedians being brought to church, and some have attacked such practices and said, hold on a sec. So the church of God, the altar of God, is down for laughter, like comedy. Even if you call it a gospel comedy, like passing message, but you're doing this in a much relaxed way. If this can convert people to God and bring more people to listen to God and enjoy. So people do have reasons for these things that they do, as long as that comedy is Christ-oriented, gospel-oriented, not something to shake your, to kind of trigger something that is not godly in you. Some of them have argued this. Now, Portable probably he had already arranged songs that are godly. That's one, and also motivational songs. There are neutral songs that are not to encourage immorality. There are motivational songs that has nothing to do with any form of ungodliness. And even those songs, they are not really even talking about God in it, but they are motivational songs. So those songs are neutral songs that you hear from secular artists. They don't mention God, God, Christ, Jehovah, Allah, Muhammad, or whatever. Secular songs. So guys, what do you think about this one? Portable, live performance. What will be the response of Prophet Tibetan?